What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's episode 309 of the Dad Bod Golf Pod. It's Kyle and Ben, and we're recording live from bunkers just like we do every Monday for your audio pleasure on Wednesdays.
Yes.
So tonight's episode is brought to you by Bet Online, the #1 sports betting website in the country. Sign up today. Use coupon code BLEAV, B-L-E-A-V. Get a 50% welcome bonus. I hope you hit the over. Oh, you called it. You said anything over 96 seconds.
Yep.
Anything 90, if it's 95 and a half, 96 seconds on the national anthem, always pound the over.
Yep.
Reba came down to the wire, but she added a few lyrics at the end to push it over because it was going fast. It was going to hit under.
What did it end up being? Like 98, 99 seconds?
It was 100. It was like 95 seconds.
Nice.
So, but the over under was 90 and a half. So it was like easy pound the over.
Yeah.
So hope you got in on all those prop bets. Those tons.
If you bet on Gatorade, turns out it was purple.
Purple. So we were wrong on that. You said red.
Who would have thought purple out of all things? So, also, if you took overtime,
Winner.
yeah, nobody even thought that was gonna. And I'd even texted my buddies during it, and I was like, "We're gonna see a 12-9 game." And then finally, the offense woke up in the second half. So, hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you got your. Hope you had your account set up. Be sure to check them out. Bet Online is where the game starts. Ben, this is becoming my favorite night of the week.
Who thought Monday would be the favorite night?
Yeah, we get in here, we get fed, we get to rip balls into the simulator, and you guys should be coming here too. There was a concert this last Friday. Blaine Rudd had a Super Bowl party. The Winter League starts next week.
Yep.
The sign-ups, I think there may still be a few slots. You just need to call up here, check out. It's a 4-man scramble. We got our tee gifts, we got our hats. We're ready to go. We're ready.
Yeah, that's the thing. You get. See, we got
sleeve of balls,
with the Bunkers logo on them.
Yeah.
Koozies. You get a hat. Choice of. Kyle and I are not playing this. We're both wearing the same hat, but you get your choice of gray, white with green roping, or in green trim, or white with blue roping, blue trim, or a blue hat. And so, Kyle and I decided, without even talking to one another, we wear the same daggone hat tonight.
Yep. So, a couple announcements. There's still time to sign up for the Winter League. We start next week, so it kicks off next week. So be ready, get your team ready, and let's go. We're going to be here every Monday. It's going to be a blast.
Kyle chose our teammates. I have no idea who would play.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We got some lefties. All right, drink pink. And open bocce play is every Wednesday. This is not just golf. There's all kind of games. So they got a bocce ball game you can play every Wednesday from 5 to 9. Kickoff is actually today, Valentine's Day. And then today's also, when you're listening, is Valentine's Day. 4 signature pink martinis, $7 each.
Yep.
So if you're listening to this in the morning, you forgot what your plans were going to be, you can have a little double whammy. Take your girl to Bunkers, get her a pink martini for $7, and you get to play. You get to play on the simulator. So a lot of fun. And then every Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 3 is brunch. Sunday, 10 to 3, kids play free.
Okay.
You cannot beat that. They got new kids equipment too. They got like small bats, lighter balls, things like that to make it a lot more fun. So check that out. Bunkers, we're here every week. Come out and see us.
Yeah, they got tees to hit off of, baseball tees, not golf tees.
They got those too.
Bats, they got, you can kick a football. They've actually got a tee that you can tee it up and kick field goals with. I know that Stab by Golf, we always talk about the golf. You see the shots behind us as Kyle and I have been clearly practicing a little bit tonight, and still I think I've confused myself more than probably I should have, because we were hitting 3 different clubs and going about the same distance on all 3 of them, mine were. So, but they got everything you can imagine. Like he talked about with the bocce, and you can go ahead and grab those pink martinis on. And trust me, I know y'all think this is like a dude's place. It is not. The bar is awesome. Kyle's wife has been here a few times. They've done the brunch here with the kids.
The restaurant in of itself is great. I mean, like they're putting out new menu items. They just brought us the Fairway dog. It's a Conecuh sausage dog on a hoagie bun with whole grain mustard, grilled peppers, and then they got this new skillet corn that looks absolutely
street corn
in the skillet. Just It just tastes amazing, looks amazing.
And we got a brownie hit.
We got a skillet brownie coming our way too. So we're gonna keep you posted on all the bunker stuff. But right now we got to get into the golf talk. Ben, the Waste Management Open was an absolute. It was a wasteland.
It was a disaster.
It was absolute.
It was a total disaster. We're all about it. We're about the new golf and the music and the new.
That's a little too much.
Breed of golfer, but the fact that they had to cut them off on Saturday from drinking, and I was even told by somebody that went out there that one reason they had to cut them off is because they just quit checking tickets. So if you were just hovering around the venue and the facility, you could go into like the VIP tent and get free booze, and nobody was checking anything.
Dude,
that's tournament organ. That's not the PGA Tour, by the way. Those that are blaming the PGA Tour, that's tournament organizers. I'm not even going to blame Waste Management. That's the people at TPC Scottsdale not doing their job.
Well, look, I like to have fun. This was way over the line.
Yeah.
When you add that much alcohol and then mud on top of that and rain, there was a really bad storm that came through on Friday, I believe, or Thursday.
Thursday and Friday.
And then it just was muddy. And it's a desert, but like there's like a lot of hills and valleys, and there was just people. Then it became a game. Like, how dirty and muddy can I get?
Well, just how roguish could you get? There were guys that were getting down their knees and peeing in the gallery because they didn't want to walk to the bathroom. Like, that's videos that have been shown.
There was a guy that was just literally sitting in a VIP tent peeing on himself, like sitting on a stool, peeing in his pants. Like, it just, I've just never. What was it about this year? It's always been fun, but what was it about this year where it was like, is it just we've been progressively trying to outdo?
Live?
No, I don't think it's live because the patrons don't have any idea.
No.
You know, they would get. It seems like they probably get drunk. This, I guess, is becoming more of a pop culture bucket list thing, and you just go out there and just get absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely smashed.
The buddy of mine, he's a golfer, but like the people he knew that went, they don't even like golf. They literally went to drink and party. Like they didn't care anything about the golf itself. So they were literally there to party. So that's the kind of stuff. I don't know if they don't start the alcohol sales till 10 a.m. I mean, still you're drinking from 10 to friggin' 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
They need to back it up after lunch.
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
It just and he's right. I mean, I'm all about having fun. I mean, when we've been to Augusta for practice rounds, like as soon as you hit the doors, you can start drinking, but you know you're going to get kicked out. They didn't make enough examples out of people.
Exactly.
And just if they would have
allowed it to happen.
Yes, day one. You start as soon as you see somebody like falling over, they're done. They go to the drunk tank. They go, yeah, they get rid of them. They stick them in a cab, send them to a hotel, whatever it may be. But
it's like a basketball game when it gets real foul happy, and then all of a sudden the fight breaks out, and you're like,
yeah, and
the referees lost control of the game. That's exactly what happened. The security or whoever, they just didn't even try. They just didn't even attempt to police this thing, and it was embarrassing.
And like the yelling and the backswings, like I get that it's a rowdy atmosphere. 16, we all know what you're getting when you get to 16.
But it was every hole.
But it was every hole, and I don't agree with the yelling in somebody's backswing, and they did that a few times. And I mean, there were some good comments as you know, Jordan Spieth got ready to tee off. I forgot if it was Saturday or Sunday.
Make this hole your
make this whole you know what, and Jordan kind of looked up and looked at the guy because he was filming it, and he like gave him a little wink and a nod, and I thought, see, they like some of it, but everybody's criticizing like Billy Horschel, of course Zach Johnson. I even criticized him a little bit just because he was.
We're gonna get to that.
He took it personal.
We're gonna have a discussion. We're probably gonna have a fight over that one.
But with Horschel, his playing partner, they were screaming during the guy's backswing.
Yeah,
and you know the chirping they did to Johnson, he was just walking, so they didn't do it during his. And then Jordan, they got him during his backswing at one point in time, and he mouthed to the camera. You could read lips, you know what he said.
This is what's going to happen, I'm afraid. Unless they make it a permanent elevated event, it's surrounded on both sides by elevated events. You got Pebble, and then you got Riviera, and then you got Waste Management in between it. There's going to be nobody come to this thing.
No.
It's going to become like a sponsors exemption
Yeah.
for, fest.
You won't
It's
get
like,
any big names.
No, they're going to be like. I mean, say what you want. Billy Horschel's a big name. Your Billy Horschel's, your Sahith Thegalas, your Jordan Spieths, those guys.
No.
They're going to stop coming.
Yeah, they're doing it. I mean, Charlie Hoffman's going to have to go because he's sponsored by Waste Management. But
Yeah, exactly.
you know, guys like that. But they've got to get control. And it's not. I saw a ton of people online on Twitter, on socials. They were blaming the PGA. This is not the PGA. This is tournament organizers. I mean, here locally we hosted a tournament, the Barbasol, at one point in time. They hire outside security. Like, it had nothing to, the PGA Tour basically comes in and controls the logistics. They don't do any of the rest of that stuff.
What if though the PGA Tour said let them play?
They could have.
And said, just, you know, let them have fun. We got to have something to compete. What if the PGA Tour? What if, I don't want to say it's live because not everything can be live.
Right.
But like, what if they said, y'all let them, just security, go easy. Don't let them, you know, don't take them to jail. Let them party. We want this to be fun. We got to have something to, you know, hit a shot back.
If it doesn't rain and it's not muddy, is it this bad?
That's a good point. I don't think it is as bad.
Just because that's what got out of hand.
Yeah, the belly sliding down the hills, like that doesn't happen. The dude's falling for hours down the mudslide. Like one dude, I saw a video where he got his momentum going down a hill, and he ran for 100 yards. He couldn't stop himself, and then obviously he hits the mud and he goes down. It was crazy. It was crazy. You kind of forget there's a golf tournament.
Yeah.
You kind of forget that a golf tournament.
I mean, I was, not to mention the rain also kind of threw the timeline off. And so maybe that was another thing without the rain. I mean, if they're out there pounding beers all day Thursday instead of having to go home, and then they're, you know, not opening the gates till late Friday because of rain, like, did they save up or they were just wasted Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday? Because they kind of got Thursday off?
They just, man, I don't know.
There's a lot of, they're going to have to do something because players clearly were agitated.
Yeah.
And that's the first time they've really been agitated, because a lot of times they kind of lean into it. But you can tell that's the most frustration I've seen out of the players. Now, the ones in the lead weren't that frustrated. So it could have been the ones that were playing bad were the ones that were kind of...
Oh, that's got to be so annoying.
That was like they had hit their limit because, they made the cut, but there was no chance of them doing anything.
If you're not playing good and that's going on, you are furious.
I will.
Absolutely furious.
And the thing is, with the personalities like Billy Horschel,
because it's not your fault. It's their fault.
No, it's their fault.
It's totally it's not your. No, I'm not playing bad.
No.
How am I supposed to chip with this going on?
Yeah.
This was this was Happy Gilmore. This was like full-fledged Happy Gilmore. Whenever all the crazy folks come to the tour, this is what it was.
That's what it was. I mean, hockey jerseys in the stands and stuff like that. Like it really was. I mean, there were a ton of football jerseys in the stands, and
there's two bikers making out behind a cactus on 5. You know, there's crazy stuff going on.
It was wild. They got to tone it down though. I mean,
I don't even know who won. Who won? Nick Taylor.
Nick Taylor.
Ben's cousin, Nick Taylor from Kansas.
So here's what I'm gonna call you out on this. So I text Kyle and I said, Nick Taylor, something blah blah blah. And Kyle goes, who is Nick Taylor? And I kid y'all not, 5 minutes later, they flash up and he carried the torch for Canada in the Olympics. And he's like this famous Canadian that everybody knows and loves. He's like the next Mike Weir. And so I just start sending Kyle all these texts about how famous he is up in Canada. He still doesn't know who he is.
I don't know. I have no idea. Congrats, though. Congrats.
I thought it was hilarious. Made a putt on 18 in the playoff to seal it, 8-9 footer over Charlie Hoffman. Charlie Hoffman must have blown it because we were actually here signing up, and between here and on the way home is when for the league play and getting our swag and all that kind of stuff. And it was when I was on the way home and I get home and they showed it. But when I got in the truck, Charlie Hoffman had a 3-stroke lead, and then all of a sudden that was evaporated. So who knows, what all took place there towards the end. But I will say it got a little out of hand, and man, we got Brownie here.
We got the Brownie.
We're gonna have to wrap this up soon.
Yeah, we're gonna have to finish this up so we can dig into this Brownie. But no, it was wild. All right, so let me go ahead and get it. I want to go ahead and get this.
Well, now be careful. Now that came out the other one.
All right, I just want to show it. Look at this thing. New dessert, skillet brownie.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I gotta have some of that.
Chocolate ganache, honey granola.
It's got ganache, chocolate ganache.
Which Kyle doesn't know what that is.
I have no idea what that is, but
It's a fancy word for chocolate sauce.
yes. Well, I'm a huge chocolate ganache fan.
Yes.
So we'll dig into that in just a little bit. But
Love it. Thank you, Chef.
Yes, sir.
Ben and I, he alluded to it. We came yesterday. Of course, isn't that hard, man. I'm just gonna say. We played TBC Scottsdale
From the tips.
from the tips. Not that hard.
And now we eliminated putting because you can do that on the things, and that just helps you play faster. Plus, putting's hard as hell on these things.
It is pretty tough.
And so we eliminated putting, but it actually hurt me because
Yeah.
on par fours, I was having to hit some 3-woods into par fours and striping it and hitting the center of the green, and they were giving me 3 putts.
Well, if you get over, it
It's
simulates.
like 20 or 25 feet or
It
something.
simulates what, like, I guess, like the average person would do when you have like a 50-foot, 60-foot putt on these greens. But no, I shot at 80.
I mean, does the
It's not
simulator really think that a guy that can hold the green with a 3-wood from 240 out is going to miss his putt when he gets up there?
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You gotta get it closer. You gotta hit it closer.
Golly.
No, but it's fun, man. We played TBC Scottsdale in an hour.
Yeah, even if that, I mean, we spent more time visiting with the owners that were here. They were hanging out with us because they were handing out the swag and all that kind of stuff. So we would just hit a couple of shots and visit and talk, and we still got done in, I don't know, maybe an hour and 10
If we would have played solid, like with no interruptions, you can play 18 holes, 2 guys in 45 minutes.
Oh, I think we easily would have kept it under an hour.
But it's a lot of fun, and that's going to be some of the courses that's going to be one of the courses I think that we play in the Winter League.
Yeah.
Along with like Pebble and Sawgrass and all that good stuff.
We
So-
also got some tips from the owners on how to.
Oh yeah, we got a little cheat code action.
Yeah, we got some. And hopefully, and not just that, they told me too around the greens, I chipped to actually just kind of blade it like a bump and run blade to almost like a putt. Worked out great. Like,
Yeah.
The speed was perfect, and you don't have to hit the screen every single time. There's your key secret
Yeah.
right there.
Don't give out all the secrets. We're trying to win this.
Oh, there's
thing.
a couple that I'm not.
We're trying to win this thing, but no. So that starts next week. That's gonna be a blast. All right. So let's talk about this thing we were back and forth a little bit. The Zach Johnson deal.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. So
Soft.
I think you're a hypocrite. I'm just gonna be honest.
Why am I a hypocrite?
I'll tell you. So set it up. Zach Johnson's walking down the fairway, and someone hollers out something about Urban Meyer could coach better than you coached at the Ryder Cup.
Yes.
Which is pretty.
Just true.
It's pretty funny. It is pretty funny. And he got upset. I think they probably were doing it. This was not the first time. I have a feeling he'd probably been hearing that for a while. Maybe from this same group of dudes. And he goes out and he's like, hey, who said it? Who said it? You know, I'm tired of it. You know, just shut up and blah, blah, blah. And then he walks off. Well, Ben, I think it's just because it's Zach Johnson. I think it's just because it's Zach Johnson.
It is.
If it would have been because Ben texts me or whatever, he's soft. Zach's soft. And it's like, Tiger used to throw people out of golf tournaments for a camera going off.
Yeah,
And you called that an alpha move.
That is an alpha move.
No,
Get his ass out of here.
No.
He didn't throw him out. Zach didn't. All he did was shut up, guys. Just shut up.
Because he's not being a total douche. I mean, that's pretty insulting. Now, you know that's personal. That hit deep. That cut deep.
Is it insulting because they use Urban Meyer? And Urban
No,
Meyer
it's
would know how to say
insulting because how often do you think he's gotten railed over the Ryder Cup thing, and like second guessing who he put out? No, they're only all of a sudden nobody's motivated because Zach Johnson's the coach. But
See?
I think
Because he's not an alpha.
I mean, alpha has nothing to do with it. That descriptive word makes me aggravated. Like, it has nothing to do with being an alpha or not. Has nothing to do with anything. Okay, he was. I just don't think there's anything that much different than JT when the time when the dude goes go in the bunker when he hits a ball. Hell, it may have been at Scottsdale. It may have been here.
Oh, was it?
A couple of years ago or whatever. And the guy goes go in the bunker, and he's like, oh, who said that? Who said that? Get out of here! Like that got you thrown out? Or just-
Alpha.
No. Pooh Danny. Let's go. They're all a bunch of They're all a
They're
bunch
all
of
prima donnas.
Prima donnas.
I mean, listen, we know people that know Billy Horschel. We hear great stories about what a great person he is. He lost his mind over a guy talking to in his playing partner's swing. Use some explicatives towards the crowd.
Don't play there.
That's the thing.
Just don't go.
And that's
play
what
there.
got me about Zach. I said that about Zach. It wasn't so much the actions when it happened that got me. It was what got me was afterwards. He said, it's gotten worse every year. I've been playing here 21 years and it's always been bad. I'm like, then don't play.
Well, Zach doesn't necessarily have the.
He's a millionaire. He didn't have to have the money.
You keep
If you're that miserable, just don't play.
But Ben, like you say that, like there's always more. There's always
I know.
more. And you start building yourself a lifestyle, so you got to go keep playing.
But if you're that miserable, like you hear JT, you hear Tiger, you hear Ricky,
I do agree.
You hear all other players.
you know
like
this
if they
going
don't,
in.
if they don't like a course, that ain't got nothing to do with the crowd. If they don't like a course, as long as it's not an elevated event, they won't play.
Well,
it.
they may love the course. You may love the course. The thing is, here's the thing.
But he said he hated it.
He said he hated. He didn't say the
Atmosphere.
course.
He said he hates the tournament.
But the thing is,
Needless
you
to
know
say,
it
he ain't getting
going
a
in.
waste management sponsor anytime
You
soon.
know it going in. Yeah, exactly. You know this going in. Like you know if you go to play in this tournament, you know
Yes.
there's going to be idiots. You know there's going to be drunks. It was over the line this time.
Yeah.
The mud really took it up a notch.
Like
several notches.
Like you know when you go to Augusta, no phones. Like everybody knows that. So there are other tournaments where you know the good parts of what's to come. You know at this, regardless of what took place, not on 16. You just like it got me when Kisner and Smiley were down there on 16, and they were like, some guys just can't stand this atmosphere. I'm like, okay, if it's a guy that is only making a few $1,000s a month after expenses and everything, I get why he's playing. He needs the money, or he needs to keep a card, or he needs to try to qualify for another tournament. But man, if you're that miserable, why do you do it? Like it just makes zero sense to me. Especially, and now they may not after this year. Some of them may be like, I'm done. I'm not going back to that place.
It'll be, especially if it stays not an elevated event. It'll be, and there'll be so many people. The fans will still show up. I think it could be. They could play a Corn Ferry tournament there, and it'd sell out.
Yeah. If they had the setup like that, if they still left the stands up there, they could play a Corn Ferry event. People would go there and do that.
I mean, have you
Because
ever heard?
they said it's a lot of locals that are there.
Okay, this is different. All right, in a baseball game, they cut everybody off after the 7th inning stretch,
Yeah.
right? They shut down the. Okay, this is different. There is no 7th inning stretch in golf, and there's 18 holes, 50, 60,000 people there on the grounds, and they just. What time?
And they're looking to make money too.
What time exactly? What time did they shut the beer down?
Oh, Saturday, there were.
Mid-after. I mean.
There were easily 5-6 holes left for the guys that were in the lead.
Oh,
like the
I've never heard of that.
The final pairing. Oh, the
Never
best
heard of that
part
in a
was
golf.
the best part was in the stands. They were literally chanting, "We want beer." We
Oh
want
yeah,
beer.
on
Like,
the 16th hole.
They were letting the tournament organizers know this is BS. Now, and I got to be honest with you, the ones that were behaved that got cut off, I do feel bad because on 16, I don't know if y'all saw it. I don't know if I sent you this text or not. The seats that were down there on the tee box, $24,000 a seat per day. That's not even for, you don't get all 4 days. That's for a day. And then even in the stands, it's thousands of dollars to be able to be in the VIP area on 16. As a matter of fact, the other podcasters, Bobby Fairways, Bob Does Sports, and Paige, they were there. Like they literally, it took them getting sponsor exemptions to get them in those places because they make plenty of money, and they even said they couldn't afford it to get in those places.
Oh, dude.
So I could understand some of them being just pissed because they're like, all right, I've been sitting here behaving all day, and now you're cutting me off because of the actions of a few because you refuse to kick them out because you don't want to lose their ticket.
Okay, let's
money.
be honest though. Do you think that those people couldn't get if you spent $25,000, $30,000 a day, or for a seat? I think they probably could get a drink. I would imagine they may add some leverage.
I don't know though, because remember what I told you is that's what the reports were, is that they quit checking tickets at the VIP, so they had these random mud-covered idiots going in there getting free booze That's probably why they cut them off.
Yeah.
So they probably couldn't get a drink.
It was a disaster.
They were caught between a rock and a hard place because people pay a lot of money. You know, we did the breakdown a couple of years ago when we first started the pod, like what it would cost to go out there, and we factored in airfare, which we even checked ticket prices, and they know you're going there as a destination place. So ticket prices are elevated. Like even a couple of years ago, it was like $2,000 for a round trip ticket to go to Scottsdale and back. And then you talk about the hotels that they jack up because people are in town. A lot of people even staying like miles away, which is kind of scary that they're all getting in their car and driving 100 miles to go home after that.
Nice.
But
just sleep in your car.
And then the tickets, general admission's fine, but if you want to be a part of the fun, you're talking $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for the weekend to get into those areas, and it's just a lot of money to pay for beer.
My old boss, his wife worked for waste management, and she was in like something on the sales side. But anyway, they got to go either last year or the year before last, and he was there when they hit a hole in one.
Oh.
And in the crowd, like in the waste management like sponsor tent, and like on 16 when they hit the hole, when Ace, or was it Ryder? What's his name?
Sam Ryder, when he did it,
He hit a hole. It was that hole in one, and everything starts. Now they just throw beers if you make a birdie.
Doug Gim, did y'all see how scared Doug Gim was?
Yeah.
He makes a birdie, and he starts throwing his hands in the air. Well, as soon as he did, cups start coming at him.
Yeah.
He starts hiding behind his caddy, and the look on his face was like, oh crap, I didn't realize what I just started. So that's how out of control they were. They were throwing stuff on the greens even for a birdie, where they have to pause play. So, hey, I get it. I get why they had to cut them off. Be proactive next time, Waste Management Open, and people that run the tournament at TPC Scottsdale, cut people off earlier, kick them out. As soon as somebody really shows their rear end, just go ahead and show them the door.
Yeah.
I promise you they'll behave the next day, because if they bought 4-day tickets, they will either that or take their tickets away for the weekend. I mean, they've already given you the money. So that's what it takes on stuff like that, because we've seen it with other
Call
tournaments.
fouls early.
Yeah.
Don't let it get out of
We've seen it with other tournaments where they've actually not let you take phones on the course on Saturday and Sunday because it got so out of hand on Thursday and Friday when they started letting them. So then they said no. All it takes is one to ruin it. And that's what they needed to do, is just go ahead and make an example out of somebody. Take one of those guys that paid $15,000 to get in and tell him that he can't come back. And then all of a sudden people are like, oh man, they're for real. Like, they will get rid of you no matter how much money
you can have a good time and not be a complete idiot.
Yeah.
So they got to do better. Dude, the fairway dog is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
The Kaneka sausage fairway dog is unbelievable. I can't wait to get in that brownie.
Don't sleep on the fries, man.
The fries are perfect. Before we get out, we got to talk about one more thing.
What?
Did Tigers logo come out today?
I don't think so. When this airs on Wednesday, I think it does. Because you got a press conference Wednesday.
So
yes, on
Tigers,
Wednesday, when you're watching this, it will be released. He's got an 11 a.m. press conference.
The new logo, what's it called? Sunday Red.
Yep.
Sunday Red. I'm going to be honest. I saw like a teaser logo. The Tiger part looks awesome.
Yeah.
If it's got like SRC, Sunday Red Company, or Sunday Red, whatever it is.
Nope.
If it's got the initials around it.
No, I don't want. I saw that too. I don't want that.
I don't want that. I'll probably still lose all my money.
If you got a TW under it, I'm fine. But
am I right that in the stripes of the Tiger it spells out him?
oh, does it really?
I think it does. I think the stripes spell him.
That's so pimp.
But the Tigers playing this weekend, Riviera,
Which is the home of the stupidest hole in golf.
He gave himself his own sponsors exemption. Did you see what happened to Charlie Hoffman?
No.
All right, so Charlie Hoffman gets into Riviera now.
Okay.
Which he had this ski trip planned, and because he asked Tiger for a sponsors exemption. This is before the Waste Management, and Tiger's like, nah, there's not any, because he had to give himself one.
Yeah, gave to himself.
But now he's in, so he had to cancel his ski trip plans.
Oh wow.
He's going to play an elevated event. Good for him. No cut, guaranteed paycheck.
Yeah.
And guaranteed world ranking points, I guess. But that's this weekend. Riviera's awesome, man.
It is. I love Kyle and I talk about this. I love every hole, but the first par 3, number 4.
I think it's 4.
They have got the tees moved back so far. It plays 235 to 250 depending on where the tee is, and they're all hitting 5 woods in, and there's a bunker that protects it, and then the green runs away. So they literally can't hit the green. Like, going into it, you're
chipping in a putt.
You maybe got a 10% chance of hitting the green. And the ones that do hit it bail out right, and they constantly keep the pin on the left side protected by that bunker. So it's almost like a 3-putt guaranteed whenever they do put it on the green. So a lot of them, last year, even JT, that's what I thought was hilarious, is his whole thing was, give me a 5-wood, hit the center of the green, roll off the back, hopefully it gets to the other tee box on 5, and I've got a clean chip to come back up the hill.
Yeah.
And that's terrible that they're having to play a par 3 like that. Like, and if they move the tee, and even the players said that. The players said if they will just move the tee up a couple of boxes where they can get a lofted iron in there, they could at least stop the ball. It still would not, with it being a downslope, they said they still would have trouble, like it may be on the fringe if they fly it too far on, but I just don't like the fact that they have to, pros, which that means I'd probably be hitting driver into that hole on a par 3. Pros are hitting 5 woods and still can't hold the green.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to hit something into the bunker.
Yeah.
Just try to.
When it's on that back left, last year, a lot of them were bailing out right so they could come at it sideways. Like, they wouldn't even go at the pin whatsoever.
It's crazy.
And so I just think it's the dumbest hole in the golf to do that.
But the course in general.
Oh, the rest is, 18 is one of the coolest finishing holes with the buildings in the background and elevated green, and every time
you got the crowd on the hill.
Yes, crowds on the hill. So it's a natural grandstand that's on the hill. And
why does Tiger never play good? It's like his home course. I don't know why. He always plays. Why would you pick this to be your one of your?
I don't know, because
12?
he plays terrible here, and he could host that tournament anywhere he wants, because this is his tournament. He could go host it somewhere else. I mean, places that he does play good, the Torreys, the Pebbles of the world, and he decides to do it here. Maybe a sponsor, maybe Hyundai and Genesis, maybe they have got to deal with Riviera where they want him to, but I'm with you.
So, being over under when this logo comes out and the fashion, the line hits, over under, you're gonna spend over under $200 immediately.
Me, under.
Okay.
I'll go under.
I don't know. I don't believe you.
Kyle won't go under. Kyle's gonna go over. Kyle's one of those, when he finds something he likes, he's going to go ahead and he's going to invest.
Yes.
He becomes an investor in that particular product.
We're going to pick out at least.
Well, number one, I won't wear red. So if all they got's a bunch of red shirts, I'm good to start with.
That's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole different podcast.
But also, if it does come out with a logo that's got those letters, I'm going to be highly upset, because I don't like that. Because I've seen that rendering of it, the trademark thing. I'd rather him just put some sort of little tiny TW into like his logo than do that, the Sunday Red collection or whatever it is.
Nike must own the TW.
No, that's his logo.
Well, then why would he use that?
He is going to have it like on the back, like he used to have on the Nike hats.
Why are we making a new?
I have no idea. I think where the Nike logo, that's where you on hats, you're going to see that Tiger logo on the front.
I'm telling you, I'm sure Nike's got to own that.
I don't think they do. It's like TB12, like Tom Brady's got his.
There's no reason.
Jordan Speed's got his.
But
DJ.
it's such a good logo. Like, there's no reason to make a new one. Just do the TW collection.
Yeah.
Through.
I don't know why I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Unless it was. Is it going to be Adidas? Is that going to be the company?
No. TaylorMade is kind of in bed with Adidas, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe they're the ones that want it. I don't know.
But we'll see. It's always great to have a weekend of Tiger.
Kyle's going to spend $500 on the first weekend.
I can't wait. Whatever. I'll have red everything. If it's all red, I'll just have red everything. I'll do different shades of red. I hope it's all mock turtlenecks. And I just have a squad of a heavy rotation. I want a 5-day rotation of mock turtlenecks.
Short or long sleeve?
Oh, heck no. No long sleeve.
Oh, my gosh.
No.
I can't wait. He already buttons his top button anyway, so this is not shocking that he wants to do this. I'm not wearing a mock turtleneck.
I want to be like Tiger. I want to be just like. If you wear those clothes, you got to play better. You got to play better. So that's why I want to go.
Kyle was the kid that he definitely ran faster with the new shoes.
No doubt. Jump higher, everything. Guys, we appreciate it. You got to get come check this place out.
Yep.
We can brag about it as much as we want to, but you got to come check it out. The Winter League. We're going to be here every Monday at 5:30 for the Winter League. That's when we're going to be playing our round. So come. There's 6 bays. Sign up for the 5:30 on Monday. Let's have a big blowout party every Monday. So y'all, thanks again for listening. Show us some love. Follow us on social media. Follow Bunkers on social media.
Yes.
Follow them on Instagram. They're putting out all their menu stuff on Instagram. They do funny reels. They got great content, and we're just happy to be a part of it. So check them out. Thanks for listening again. It's episode 309 of the Dad Bod Golf Pod, and we're always stroking.